Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 326. And I will be the first one to say hi. I'm Stacy. I'm an emotional shopper. I am. I'm also an emotional eater. Hello. Ice cream. Hello. Anything with salt on it. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. But I acknowledge it. I embrace it. This YouTube was all about an emotional purchase that I made. I saw the product. It reminded me of a memory, and I had to have it. I had to have all of it because I'm also that girl that if you find a t-shirt, like a t-shirt, like I got my t-shirt on today from, I think this is from JCPenney, and they had it in 14 colors, and I want to say it was like $3.99. So I bought as many colors that made my heart happy, because if one is good, more must be better. Combine that with being an emotional shopper. Now you know why manufacturers love me. Because I don't want to cherry pick. They call it cherry picking when you look at a product and you pick only the best 5 out of it. I'm like, no, I want it all. I could. How can I say that this pink is better than that blue? So, I hope that you are at least have my taste, because I did buy this product from Ciao Bella on an emotional purchase. I saw it and it reminded me of a memory. So Ciao Bella is from Italy, and it's beautiful product. I found them when I was at Creativation, which is coming up soon. No, I found them at Creative World in Germany, which is also coming up soon. But you know what? Before I get to all of that, let me first give you an update on the shop that didn't hop. Let me do that first. All right, folks, we have processed, which means we have sent upstairs all 173 orders and a few 174 orders. If your order starts with 173, then you are either awaiting fulfillment, your status is now either awaiting fulfillment, awaiting shipping, or it has already shipped to you. If you're a 173, the only other status that you may have in our system is awaiting payment. Could you please, if you have a 173 order from the shop that didn't hop on July 12th, could you please call us and make payment for it? Maybe all the invoices we've been sending have ended up in your spam. Totally possible. Maybe you've been traveling. Absolutely. I'm highly jealous if you have. Maybe the in-laws just left and you finally have a moment to not keep the house completely spotless every second of every day, and you can go look at your computer. If you have a 173, an order from July 12th that starts with 173, there's about 50 of you that we really would appreciate payment on. You guys got your orders in you were the first to get them in. You got the best selection of everything, and I don't want you to lose those orders. So please, if you could just give us a call, we'll be happy to take payment over the phone, or if you would like us to send you another invoice, we can do that for you, but we'd like to get those orders taken care of as quickly as possible. Please keep in mind, if for some reason you do not pay for your order and you have an order current, that's also not okay. You don't get to pick and choose. We gave the pay later option for you so you could save up for it. And now that time has come and you don't get to say, oh, I don't want it anymore. That was from then. I want what's now. I've already paid for all of that product in good faith. So I'm asking you, if you have any of those 50 people out there are watching, if you have a 173 order, give us a call. That means people who start with 174, like 174001, 002, your orders are going to be going up real soon. Yay! You'll be seeing your orders change from payment received to awaiting fulfillment. If you have a pay later on an early 174, so 174 up to probably 150, 174, 150 maybe, and you have a pay later, your invoices are going to be coming to you soon. and we're just going to keep processing them on through. So you'll see your status start to change from a payment received to awaiting fulfillment, which means that they're upstairs picking the order. Then it goes to quality control. After quality control, it moves to on your status awaiting shipping. And then once it's shipped, you get the final email with your tracking number. So, woo woo, woo woo, they're on their way. Just know day 1 was the very biggest day, huge day. So it will take us a long time to get through day 1. Day 2 has about half as many orders as day 1, and then the days drop down to like 20 orders, 30 orders, where we'll be able to ship 5 or 6 days all in the same time. You know, in one day, we'll be able to pick and pack and pull and ship and get them all out. We just have to get through the mass first day. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We're happy to answer your questions, or you can send us an email. Just know we're a little short-staffed right now on email, so we are getting to them. We're getting them out as quickly as we possibly can if you have a question. But I'm excited to say that they're going, and some of you have already emailed us. I got it. It was almost for Christmas, right? It's close. Okay, so that's my announcements. I have winner chicken dinner to talk about real quick. This was from last week's YouTube, which is still on sale this week because I was not able to get an email out to you guys last week. So if you still wanted that stamp press, it's still on sale. And if you wanted some of that stamp pendants, it's still on sale. You guys are getting a 2 for this week. So we have 2 YouTubes in the YouTube Yummy category this week. All right, so our winners from last week, which was the Couture Creations Worldwide, hello, $19.99 stamp press, and the new Stamp Pendants mini bundles. We had the Fran set and the House Mouse. Our first winner is Faye Hines. Hello, Faye. Is that you? Because if it is, you know what you are. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. Wahoo. Cut you. For you. Okay, but you're not alone. We always give out 2. Who's our second person? Oh my gosh, I can pronounce both of these names. It is a new year, isn't it? Okay, our second winner is Priscilla. Hello, Priscilla Griffith. Is that you? Are you like going, she said my name? Are you calling everybody in your household right now? Are you rewinding this so you can hear it again? Just to be sure. Really, Priscilla and Faye, it is your turn. Congratulations. And you know what, Priscilla? You're a winner. Chicken dinner. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. Wahoo. Cut you. For you. Congratulations to both of you. Claim your prizes. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the link that says winner chicken dinner. Follow the instructions. We'll confirm that you are our winner, and then we'll get your prizes out to you just as quickly as possible. I think the girls just sent another 40 prizes about a week ago. Oh! So people got happy mail. Woohoo! Claim your prizes, and we'll get them out to you just as quickly as we can. We ship prizes as time allows, so just stay patient with us. All right, girls, congratulations to both Faye and Priscilla. And if you want a chance to be a winner chicken dinner, please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Scrapbooking Made Simple. Subscribe to our channel, please. And then you can leave a comment on this YouTube, and we pick 2 winners every time. So you never know when it's going to be your name, your time, and your name's going to be called. I'm pretty much guessing that Faye and Priscilla never thought that they were going to hear their names, but they did, and I bet they're darn happy. That's a good way to start a new year, right? Right. Okay, so on to today. Today is all about Ciao Bella, which is out of Italy, which I found at Creative World, Paper World in Germany last year. I leave for Creativation on the 17th, and I'm there until like the 21st. So that's the show in Phoenix, Arizona that I get to go to, only retailers get to go to, and I get to see everything that's coming out for the next, gosh, maybe the next 6 months. Sometimes it's 6-8 months I get to see in advance. And I'll be doing live from Creativation. Don't worry, and you don't have to be a Facebook or an Instagram member. I'm going to try and do it on Instagram this time too. we have a public page, so you can go watch those videos live from Creativation starting on January 18th. We'll start, and I'm there the 18th, the 19th, the 20th. I think I come home the 21st. So follow me, because you're going to have a great chance to win some amazing prizes while I'm there. Then I get home, and literally the next day I leave for Germany for Creative World and Paper World, where again I'll be doing live from Creative World from all the manufacturers that I see. And that is where I found Ciao Bella from Italy. There's Minte from Poland. And I mean, there's just fabulous companies all over the world that if I didn't go to Germany, I would never know anything about. So, Ciao Bella today. And when I saw the product, I just thought of my mom. It was just, that's what it was. It was my mom. I saw these two kits, and I'm an emotional shopper. And I said, I have to have those. That's my mom. My mom has passed away. It was just 2 years this past October. And you know, she and my dad divorced when I was 10. So I'm a lot younger than my brothers and sisters, and I don't have any contact with them at all. They have walked away from my family, and that's okay. It's all good. I get it. Well, I don't get it, but they walked away from my parents years ago. So as my parents were getting older, it was me who took care of them. But my mom and dad divorced when I was about 10 years old. And by that time, all my brothers and sisters were already out of the house. And we had lived on 4 Oak Street here in Canyon Country, and we had a lovely home. But after the divorce, you know, my mom we lived in that home for a little bit, but then we had to sell it because they had to split the money. Well, by the time we split it and they sold it and split the money, my parents were back together again. Mind you, they were divorced, but they started living with each other again. I was about 12 when that happened. So they decided that they really did love each other. And so my parents were divorced but living together. And they bought this cute little garden home up the street from where I am now. And my mom kept that home. Well, we had that home all the way until she passed away. But that became, my parents moved into that home, and that's where from 12 years old to 18, that's where I lived. And it had this most beautiful backyard. We had a huge backyard, which is so uncommon here in Canyon Country. Really it is. And at the house that I was brought home to, we had a lovely backyard too. But, you know, my mom, she was busy. She was a house mom. She worked. My mom worked full time. And so she really didn't have much of an opportunity to really do anything with the backyard. And then when they moved to the garden home, again, she was working full time, but she finally got to retire. And it was at that point she decided she was going to garden. And I'm like, Mom, really? Garden? And she's like, yes, I'm gardening. And I mean, she didn't just like garden. She gardened. I mean, she was serious about this hobby. She would go and she had this plot of roses. And she would go into the backyard and she would sift through the dirt to pull out any big rocks that were there. And she would go to Green Thumb and the Do It Center and buy the right fertilizers. And she would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go out and garden early before it got too hot out. And she grew the most beautiful roses. They were just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, and I thought she was crazy. She would come back in dripping wet and exhausted, but she was so fulfilled with her hobby, which I guess is what we get from crafting. She was so fulfilled with her hobby that I just sat and, okay, if this is what she wants to do. And she had a little stool that she would sit on, and that little stool had little compartments around it. This was a thing. She had special gloves, and she grew roses. And she did it all the way up to when, you know, before she couldn't. Eventually, my mom was diagnosed with psychotic depression and dementia, and she moved in with me. And for the next years until she passed away, she was with me. Then she got breast cancer too, but that's a whole nother story. So that house sat vacant because she was living with me. And those roses, they came back a couple times, but I didn't know how to take care of them. And I had so much on my plate. And those roses just kind of went away and it became overgrown. And I didn't realize how much I really loved them until they weren't there. So it made me sad. I would go over to the house to make sure everything was okay. And it just hurt my heart. So I called a gardener out. And even though nobody lived there, we paid the gardener $60 a month to go over and make sure my mom's roses grew back. And then there was the time where we got to take her back to that house. And there they were. Like she hadn't left at all. And the smile came on her face. Now, this is a woman who had literally, it's called psychotic depression and dementia. And she looked at them and they made her heart happy. Best $60 a month I have ever spent in my entire life. So when I saw the colors in these paper pads and I saw the roses, the colors, my mom was not afraid of colors. She loved vibrant colors. She was a vibrant person. And I inherited that from her because if you look at my wardrobe, I've got millions of color. I'm not afraid of color. So when I saw these kits, I said, I just have to have them. I loved them so much I bought all of them. I'm hoping you like them too, but if not, I fully understand. It really doesn't make a difference because they remind me of my mom, so it was worth every penny on getting them. And it brought back a memory that that was nice to bring back. She got to see her roses before she passed away. That was a good day. It was a good day. Okay, so I have Ciao Bella. I'm going to tell you that some of this product is limited. I bought everything they had. This might be a good time to pause me if you haven't already turned me off because all I do is talk and not craft. But if this is a good time to pause me to go take a look at it, you may want to do that. And here's my pause face. See, I'm not blinking because no matter if you pause me and I'm mid-blink, it always looks bad. Oh, see, I blinked. All right, well, I'm back. All right, so we're going to get started for today. I'm going to tilt on down. I've got to show the make and take that they're doing. And I hope you love the new product from Ciao Bella. I have several of their kits. I'm going to feature the two that reminded me of my mom. And again, keep in mind it's limited and the pricing is amazing. I want to say they're about $7.35 a kit from Italy, and I'm going to show you how to take them to the next level. So if you're a beginning crafter, this is perfect for you. And if you're the most experienced crafter ever, this is perfect for you. All of you can do this. You can. They make it accessible and affordable and beautiful. And what more could you ask for? Well, I could ask for my mom back, but I think that might be asking for too much. Okay, tilt on down, and we're going to get started for today. Bye, everybody. Okay, here we go. In. Down, down, down. All right, so this is the make and take they're making downstairs. Now, this isn't part of the kit that I got from my mom. This is from one of the other Ciao Bella kits. But I thought because the locals would be here, right, it's January and Valentine's Day is coming up, I thought I would take one of the other kits and do a make and take with that for them so that they could do something maybe that they want to use for Valentine's Day. And each person who's coming to the make and take will have the opportunity to make almost any card they want because they're going to get a full sheet of the Ciao Bella to play with, and then they'll design their card. It's so pretty. But here's one of the cards that we did. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Sound of Spring. This is the Ciao Bella Creative Pad. It's called Sound of Spring, and it is a creative pad. I'm I'm going to tilt back just a little bit. What does it have? Well, it comes as a kit just like this, and it has 9 pages of double-sided paper. So this just was beautiful. Can you see what I mean by beautiful? It's beautiful, and it's double-sided. Think about all the things you can do with this. You can cut this again. Think about all the different cards, all the different layouts that you can get out of this one pack. We're guesstimating that if you were conservative with it, you would get about, well, you'd get at least 50 out of one pack, or you could probably do 8 or 9 layouts. So if you're doing a mini album and you want it to be cohesive all the way through, look at all of the beautiful product and the colors. I don't know that the camera can catch the colors as beautiful as they are. I'm still on the one pack. I mean, how gorgeous is this, right? So I wanted to show you this pack first, and I will show you the other that we're going to use before we get started. That way, if you want to run and order them, you can. There's a few more online, but they are very limited. I bought what I could, and on these 2 packs that I'm going to show you, I bought all they had. Okay, so this is The Sound of Spring, and all of that is for $7.35. The next pack that I have for you, and I can't pronounce it, it's in Italian. Brocato Estins? I don't know. Somebody in Italy is going to tell me how to pronounce that. If you can say it phonically for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, the colors are beautiful, but look at this. This just made me smile. It just reminded me so much of my mom, and it's double-sided. They're beautiful layouts, altered art, journals, cards. These were the 2 that were my emotional, oh, I have to have those. Right? Look at this. And I'm still, this is the second pack. So I wanted to show it to you before I start working with it. And like I said, there's several other packs available, all in limited quantity, all $7.30, I want to say 35 cents. It's just beautiful. And it's so, so user-friendly. That's the one. So these are the 2 that I'm going to play with today. So for under $15, you can get both of them. And then I'm going to incorporate in some things that you may already have in your stash to take them to the next level. So I think I'm going to start with this one. And I am going to start with this page. It's an easy page to work with. Unless you want to do the back side, you kind of have to decide what you want to do. So you could take your trimmer without any question and trim these out. And right there, you've got the beginning makings of 4 different cards, whether you want them, or 4 different embellishments, or 4 different pieces of altered art to go on your altered art, 4 different tags for journaling. What is it you want to do with them? Or you've got the back sides to play with, which are open for you to then find different elements to work with. Now, these do not punch out. You do have to cut them out. They do not punch out. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? I think I'm going to pull that one. It's just beautiful. But then you've got the back side, which is super pretty too. It's kind of hard to decide what you want to work with because it's all lovely. Okay, so I think I'm going to pull those for right now, and I'm going to pick ooh, that one's very pretty. That one's very pretty. That one's very pretty. I think I'm going to use that with this one, and I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I'll figure it out. So I want to take these and I want to elevate them. Could I just mount them? Absolutely. I could trim them down to whatever makes my heart happy, to whatever size I like. And I could just grab some black paper and mat it. Put it onto a card, put a sentiment, and you're done. No question about it. I could also take some paper, and I'm using my Sizzix paper. This was the pack that I used a couple weeks ago. Let's pull a red. So there's 80 sheets of paper in here. You've got 20 colors. And I could double mat and call it done. But what if you wanted to do more than that? What if you wanted something a little bit extra? What if you wanted to add a little pizzazz? Well, that's where using, and maybe we even use the black. That's where using some things that you already have to take it to the next level really helps. What if I wanted to add a little bit of gold glitter? What if I wanted this mat to look like it was a gold glitter mat? Do I have to buy a piece of gold glitter paper? No, you can make it. Now, if you've already got glitter and Stacy tape, you can actually make your mats right with Stacy tape and some glitter. But what if you're not a huge fan of glitter because you just want something easy to do that doesn't get all over, or you're working with kids, or you're working with seniors, or you're a new crafter and you're budget conscious, or you're not a new crafter and you're budget conscious. That's where the glitter tape from Best Creations comes in. It's a little over 15 feet on a roll, and it retails for $1.99 for the straight edge. I want to say there's, maybe 18 colors of it. There's a lot of colors of it. I mean, the pretty blue and the pretty green and the pretty pink. And then you've got this really beautiful chocolate. And it doesn't make a mess. The glitter doesn't come off. It's like a washi tape, so you can tear it. Easy peasy. You can line it up. Put it right down on your paper. Cut off the balance. and you've got a beautiful little glitter accent done, right? Pretty rock star. And you could put that against your red if you wanted to add one more layer of a matte. Done. Easy, right? And all you did was throw down some tape. What if you wanted to do all 4 sides in the tape? Line it up. Press it down. Line it up. Press it down. Oh, I lost my starting point. Oh, there it is. The tape is so thin that you really need to try and keep yourself a little starting point. And when you're done using it, just fold yourself in a little piece like that. And that way you always have your starting point, because the tape is so thin. In fact, that piece isn't quite long enough, so let's do it again. Make a little starting point for myself. And for $1.99, and then it's on sale. Okay, so now I can cut off all my excess. Just turn it right over and snip. So if I was going to do this technique and have all the glitter covering my cardstock, like I've done here on all 4 sides, I would probably use a piece of cardstock that I don't like at all. I would make this a yucky orange or a burnt brown or whatever, because the minute you put this on top, nobody is going to know what's underneath. They think you've used an entire piece of glitter, but you haven't. Glitter cardstock's expensive. And then we could come back here. And we could remat here. Not the best freehand today, but that's okay. We'll live with it. Except for that little piece right there that's bothering me. Now I made it worse. All right, we're just going to go with it. And now you've got glitter all the way around. But what if you wanted to add another color of glitter? What if you wanted more to it? What if you wanted a double mat of glitter? Could you do that? Sure. I could take this one and make this one, if I wanted, silver. Ooh, maybe I want it out of this brown. I don't know, let's try, right? And I'm gonna put it on the red, because it doesn't matter to me what color is underneath. Makes no difference to me, because they're not going to see it, because you're going to cover up all edges. And then, oh no, I didn't quite get it all the way to the edge. Can you see I've got a little red showing there? You have got time with this tape. You don't have forever, but it is absolutely forgiving to where then you can reline it up and continue on. Of course, I lost my little, oh, there it is. You know what? I'm just going to cut me a big old piece. I'll make my little, there we go. So now I can just line it on up. Push it down, move on. Line it on up. Up. Push it down, move on. Line it on up. Push it down, move on. Turn it over and cut all of my excess off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, get rid of all my little yuckies. That's what I've got. But then I'm going to put this one on top of it. And then I'm going to put this one on top of it. And now I've got a double mat of glitter. And then I could then mat it on the black. You have options. You absolutely have options. And I didn't use, ideally, I'm using paper that I just don't care about. All those scraps that you have that you just can't bear to throw away, you can use here. And remember, if I wanted, I could have just done the glitter on the side and not have it mat the whole thing. I could have just had glitter going up. I could have, you can make almost anything you want. And the nice thing about the tape is that if you then were to just make stripes of it, stripe after stripe after stripe, and line them on up, you then can die cut this with your dies. If you wanted to add, let's say you wanted gold little flourishes, who knows what you're going to want. You can just line the tape up until you get the width that you need, and then you can die cut with it. They make it so simple. I could take this and gosh, I could put the black mat there and then there. It's overwhelming, all the options that you have, that you can do. And remember, if for some reason you're not happy with it, you have an opportunity to pull it back up. So very pretty, and totally my mom's colors. But then I had this one over here that I was playing with, where I had this piece from that page. Oh, the back piece is so pretty too, but can't do it all. Well, suppose if you had 2 kits, you could do it all. And if I trimmed this piece out, and I trimmed this out, let's make it a little smaller so it fits in that, well, maybe Yeah, let's make it a little smaller so it fits in that mat. I'm gonna take a little more off the top. And let's see if I'm close. Oh yeah, I'm close, I'm good. And then what do we want to do to it? Oh, we could even make it a hair bit smaller. Let's take some off at this side. Maybe a little more off the bottom. And then what if I took pretty. What if I just took a piece of paper really close to the size of my, not that I love this paper with it, not my favorite, but I want this mat really close. Oh yeah, pretty. And then what if I grabbed this blue? I don't know, which blue do you like better? Let's go with the soft blue. And since my eggshell blue did not look fabulous with that, let's just cover it up. But it was a little piece of paper. I had this little piece of scrap paper left. I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away. But when am I ever going to use it? But I don't know. I still have it. Well, nobody needs to know what color it is. And I'm just going to mat this all the way around. So if you're in a time crunch and you need to get 4 or 5 cards done in a hurry as a nice little gift, or you're selling cards at your desk in your office and everybody loves them, but you can't take 10 hours a card and then sell it for $5. No can do. But you can with these, because you can knock these out so quickly. They look amazing. People love handmade cards. They love your handmade cards. And the money you get covers your little crafty habit. So if I do that, and then I do that, and then I do that, and then I grab some of the sentiments, and the sentiments are in the pack. Do what you love. Okay, I'm actually going to finish this. I know, shock, right? I'm going to put this down with some Stacy tape really quick. So you would use more tape than I'm using. I'm just trying to get it down. And my tape is not as forgiving as the Best Creations is. Mine kind of, when it's there, you're committed. Yeah, see, I tore my paper because Stacy tape is not as forgiving, but boy, it sure does stick. And then what if I pulled out the Do What You Love? And I just trimmed those out, leaving a little bit of a border so that shadow that they've given you is still there. A little bit of cutting. And for the really intricate stuff, you can absolutely use my fussy scissors. Gosh, I could have even left it just like that. Could have left them kind of haphazard as opposed to cutting it all out. So if I take my Stacy tape and I put down a little bit to hold my butterfly in place, I'm going to kind of hold it off to the side. Kind of fits in right about there. And then I just take my do what trim that one down just a little bit. Shoop. Do what you shoop. Love. And poof. Your embellishment is made. Your card is made. You're good to go. So simple. And it allows you to make the cards as big or as small as you want them. You can make the mats as large or as small as you want them. So if you do bigger cards, 5x7 cards, you've got options because you just mat more, but not just boring matting. You gotta get a little oomph in there sometimes. And with the tape, you can absolutely do that. And it's so very pretty. And both of these came out of the same pack, but look at the color. They're different, but they're not. They're the coloring and the vibrancy and the beauty is there, but this one's a little lighter and brighter, and this one's a little bit more sophisticated. It's what makes your heart happy. You've got so many options with the kit. Like I said, if you're conservative, I'm guessing somewhere around 50 cards you'll be able to make. Probably 8 or 9 layouts, a couple journals. They just give you so much. And that was with the kit that is the springtime. Don't know what I did with the front page, but springtime kit. And I didn't even use, I cut these out and haven't even used them yet. They're lovely. You can do this. It is that simple. But what if you wanted to go to the next level? What if you wanted to take it a little bit more? Okay, we can do that. Let's go a little bit more. I think for that, I'm going to use the blue kit. Love this. It just makes my heart happy. Backside, front side. Oh my, right? I mean, and here, you don't have to keep this piece single. You can put that right down the middle, absolutely, and use this as 2 pieces. You can trim this up any way you see fit. You've got all these options to work with. Spell out what you want to spell out. They're just so pretty. All right, so what do I want to use in this one? Well, I think I'm going to take this piece here because this is 1 piece, but I'm going to trim it into 2 so I get even more out of this piece. And I think I'm going to use that one. And I'm just going to cut it right down the center. Even though it looks like it's stitched together, I'm going to cut it right down the center and cut it out. And I'll cut this one out too since I'm here. So I took a piece that was meant to be used as a single, and I split them so I can get more for my kit. I split them up. Now, what am I going to use with these? I'm not going to be using the glitter tape. Easy peasy. But you wanted to take it to another level. You wanted to take it to the next level. So I'm going to trim these out. And then I'm going to play with the next thing that very well could be in your crafty arsenal that you haven't pulled out in quite a while. So pull those out, and this just keeps staring at me. I think I'm gonna cut these one of these tags out, because this one just keeps staring at me saying, cut me, cut me. So there is fussy cutting to do. I don't want you to think that you're gonna get these and they're gonna pop right out. They're not, but it's easy fussy cutting. They've kept it very simple for you with very simple shapes. And if you have my fussy scissors for anything that's very detailed, you can certainly use those, but most of these shapes are pretty easy to cut. And I am not the best. I'm good at straight cutting, but I am not the best at. I'm always told you're supposed to move the paper, not the scissors. I don't know if that's true. Somebody's going to have to tell me that's true. You're supposed to move the paper, not the scissors. Okay. Ta-da! So you'll tell me if it's kind of like an orange peel, where you peel the orange and it all comes off at once. Gosh, I just think that that's so pretty. All right, so what are we gonna do here? We're gonna play with something else, mega flakes. Maybe you guys are gilding flakes. Maybe you have them. Maybe you have a lot of them. Maybe you have them from Indigo Blue, or maybe you have them from Creative Expressions, or maybe you have them from Tonic. We sell them in a pack like this. These are done exclusively for us from Creative Expressions. There is a multitude of colors. And I'm going to be honest with you, one pack is going to last you a lifetime. I know it looks thin and you're like, well, how can there be very much in there? Anybody who knows about gilding flakes or mega flakes knows that the minute you open that pack up, it expands. This is just like a little tiny pinch, just a teeny tiny pinch out of this pack, or wherever my pack is that I was using. It's like the smallest little pinch. Don't know what I did with it, but okay. And inside there is that the pack? It's got silver, yeah, maybe that is it. It's got, it has just a little bit of everything in there, just like this one. I mean, the colors are just beautiful. But when you open them, be prepared. My recommendation is that you have a Tupperware ready to go with a lid, because it's very light and it tends to fluff around. And if you blow on it, can you see that? That's me blowing just a little bit on it. So you can't use it if you've got a ceiling fan going or the air conditioning vent right over the top of your head, because it'll just go everywhere. And as you pull it out, it expands and it gets bigger and it aerates. I'm trying to see which one I opened. Oh, this is the one I opened. So you can see I used very little, and I honestly, if I were you, the minute I get it and I decide to play with it, I would open it up and I would dump it all into a Tupperware, because a little goes a very long way. I would dump this whole thing into a Tupperware and then put a lid on the Tupperware. So we're gonna play with it today, and I'm gonna start with just easy peasy. So So let's grab a big piece of white paper and let's mat this down. So let me cut this to a good size. So just basic white paper. And again, if I were doing this, I might be using paper that I'm not overly crazy about, because by the time you're done with it, you're not going to see what's underneath, and that's the whole point. Now I can take some of my Stacy tape, and I'm going to go a little wider this time. And I'm going to put some Stacy tape here. And I'm just going to do this one side first, just so you can see. Now, Stacy tape is a double-sided adhesive. So when I pull this liner off, there's going to be tape underneath it. And when I pull the liner off, it's going to expose that sticky. So it's sticky right now. See? You've got to do something with it, or you have to keep the liner on. If I kept the liner on, I could keep this piece of paper with that tape on there forever until I'm ready to use it. But once I pull that liner off, I need to do something with it. Now, depending on how fussy you are, you have a couple options. I could take my tweezers with some glitter tape on them, and I could look into my box and I could say, oh, okay, so I'm doing this, and I could pull out, don't talk too much into it, Stacy. I could pull out some of the colors that make my heart happy. I could individually go in there and find the colors of the flakes that I want. You may not want to do that. You may just want to go in there and grab whatever. It's up to you. Now I've got some of them down, and let's say I'm a new crafter and maybe I didn't do much stenciling in the 80s. I stenciled my bathrooms. I stenciled everything in the 80s. Don't laugh, I know it's going to go everywhere. So let's say you're kind of a new crafter, or maybe you didn't do any stenciling. I've got my flakes on my tape right now. All I have to do is take my finger and kind of rub them in. And where it's sticky, those flakes are going to stick down to. And in almost no time at all, I've created a beautiful leafing. Done. I mean, you didn't need anything more than that. Easy peasy. And I could put that on there to start enhancing the color. So pretty. But I want to do all four sides. So take my next piece of Stacy tape and right over the top and line it up and put it down. Oh, and I'm just a little bit short. All right, well, we'll catch that little short piece on this one. Now this time, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get my hands in there. I just want to make it easy peasy. Okay, this time I can go in and kind of put my whole little piece of paper in there and get some flakes right on it. See how my flakes are clinging on to that side? Then if you do happen to have a stipple brush, because you were a stenciler, you can go in and you can start to stipple it down. I'd get it all off. And that way, all the excess, all the little extras are gonna fall right back into your Tupperware. All the little bits and pieces, because even those little bits and pieces are still good to use. And can you see how I still have some empty space? No problem. Dip in, get a little bit on your brush, and fill in all the empty spaces. Dig in, and whatever doesn't stick is going to fall right back into your Tupperware. Highly recommend a Tupperware. Rubbermaid, whatever. And now I've got 2 done. So let's finish up the last 2. Remember, I missed that little piece up here. My tape was a little short. I'm just going to make it up over here. Trim that down. Pull up, and then let's do the last piece. Which is not a straight cut, but that's okay. Trim it down. And I'm using Westcott titanium scissors so that they don't stick. The sticky does not stick to it. So now I've got it on those sides, and now I can just go in there, get some on there, take my little stipple brush. Now Dreamweavers doesn't make these anymore, but I'm sure that Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's, or even better, your local independent craft store may have some stipple brushes. You just need something that's got a good bristle to it. And I'm gonna get all 4 sides done. So I've got that one now done. And last but not least, I'm gonna bend it kind of to get it in there. Get some on there and start to lay it down. The bigger Tupperware opening you have, the easier it can be sometimes. Okay. Done. Now I can take that and put that on there and have a gold leafing. But what if I want it to pop more? That way. What if I trim this down just a little bit more? Oh yeah. And I want just a very simple black mat. Let's tape that down. Well, I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to tape it down. So I'm going to tape it right down. You'd use more tape than me, but I'm just going to line up my mat over here because I want a very thin black mat. And then I can trim it down. How's that look? Wahoo Kachoo? And then I can put the black mat on there. And my gosh, is this elegant. It's just beautiful. It really is. It's just beautiful. But what if I wanted to? What if I wanted to add a little something something with the gilding flakes, and I wanted to have a more not so uniform look? Or what if I wanted to paint with it? Ooh, maybe I want to paint with it. What if I took this? Straighten that edge out a little bit. And what if I took, do I have a dauber handy? I'm looking. Do I not have a dauber in here? Oh, ha ha ha, I do. What if I took my refill from my Essentials glue pad? Remember, it comes like this when you buy it. And this is empty. There's nothing on it when you buy it. This is not a refill. You only use as much of this as you need for the application you're doing. And I use this a lot. A lot I use it. Today though, I'm just gonna play with the bottle. What if I put a little bit on my craft mat? And I got it on my dauber. Now I can kind of see where I've got it. Maybe I can get a reflection in there, and I can kind of see where I don't. So I don't know if I've got enough on here, but I'm going to give it a whirl and see if I've got enough on there to try. And this is the type of glue where you've got to let it go tacky. Must go tacky. So you need to waft it, you need to leave it alone for a few minutes. Whatever it is, you can leave it for, gosh, up to 20, 30 minutes without any problem. While I'm doing that, oh, I didn't tape that down. Tape that one down. But what if I wanted to paint? Gosh, I could come in, and what if I took my paintbrush, put a little bit of glue there. Can you see it? Let me zoom in. Can you see I put a little bit of the glue there? Now you're going to say, oh, what about my brush? Not a problem. The glue is water soluble. I use a baby wipe. Keep my brush clean. It doesn't get overly wet. And I can go in there and pick up a little bit of glue. And what if I just wanted to do just a little bit of foil? What will look like foil. Because I'm using so little. And I just paint a little bit of that glue right onto my flower. I'm not doing it everywhere. And I don't know what it's going to look like when it's done. All we can do is try. I've got that's sticking to me because of the glue. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go dry. Can you see that I've just painted a little bit of that on there? I'm gonna let that go tacky. And while I'm letting that go tacky, I'm gonna come back to this one, which has been sticking to me while I was doing that. Oh, and I'm gonna put it in. And brush off. And now I've kind of got a distressed edge on it. And put it in. And grab some. Oh, I'm going to need more than that. There we go. You can do it with your finger. You can do it with the stipple brush. You want to get some down. So I'm starting to make kind of a distressed edge looking with the flakes. So it's not going to be pristine and perfect, but that's not what we're looking for. I mean, how many of you use your Tim Holtz Distress inks to do this? You want a little bit of that edge that's kind of a rusticy, vintagey. No problem. And now, well, I cut out that pretty little one. Where'd I put it? Anybody see where I put it? Oh, man. All right, well, we'll find it eventually, I'm sure. No, it's got to be here somewhere, right? Okay, where did I put it, folks? To the left. And I was all excited about cutting it out. All right, well, we'll move on without it. I'm gonna wipe my table down because it's a little sticky. Little sticky. Baby wipe goes a long way. Well, I can't not do something to this, so let's find... Ooh, how about that circle one? Okay, circle. They say move the paper, not the scissors. At least I think that's what they say. Somebody's going to tell me if that's right or not. I'm keeping my hand exactly where it was, and I'm moving the paper, not the scissors. Poof! See what happens when you move the paper and not the scissors? Amazing! Oh my gosh, and then I could take, oh, do they have anything dark? Dark. Do I have a dark sheet back here? No, light. Okay, let's grab the black again. I could take this and put this on there. And cut this down. You have so many options. You can give a person one sheet and let them have at it. Oh, I need even smaller. Give them one sheet, the front, and they have the front and the back to play with, and make it a challenge. What can they do with that one page? not crazy about the black. But I do have, I do have the Sizzix Neutrals. Oh, I should tell you about this super quick. Okay, so I was supposed to do this neutrals when I did the original pack of Sizzix a while ago, a couple weeks ago. You get 80 sheets in this huge pack, 80 sheets, 20 colors, 4 of each. It's a fabulous pack of paper. Thought the price was a little high, so I put it on a really good sale, but I was also supposed to do the neutrals, which, since I'm looking for that brown, would be right here. Hello. Ooh. Okay, that's like perfect. But I didn't get to use it on the YouTube. If you remember last YouTube, I was waiting for a phone call, and I got the phone call, and I answered it during the YouTube. I looked at the text. It was supposed to tell me why 60 sheets was the same price as the pack that has 80 sheets. And I said, I can't sell 60 sheets for the same price as 80 sheets. That does not work. So since they couldn't answer my question, I pulled it from the YouTube. I said, there is no reason why this should be the same price if you're getting 20 sheets less. Well, they finally got back to me. And it turns out it's not the same price. In fact, it's much, much less. It's like $16.99 and not $22.99. And then it's on a YouTube Yummy sale. But I am so glad that I pulled it, because I could not in good conscience sell you 60 sheets for the same price as 80 sheets. I'm sorry, that made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But the neutrals pack is beautiful. Oh yeah, so pretty. Oh, much better. That makes my heart a little bit happier than the black. It's a little softer. Look at how beautiful it's getting. And all we did was distress the edge. We could even do a little distress here if we wanted to. So pretty. Or we could take our paintbrush. And with our little paintbrush, let's get it wet. I could just do a couple dot, and when those go tacky, put the flakes on them, right? But don't forget, we put the flakes over here, and it's been sitting here for a while. See it? Now what if I just picked up some of this and just put it down? And then I took my finger, zoom in, hello. Zoom in and kind of just rubbed it. And where I added, oh, I need a few more flakes. Where I added the glue, my flakes are staying. Brush all my excess off and back into my bowl. Oh, and now I've put just a little hint. Okay, now I can back it up. Very close. Just a little hint of foiling on it with your Mega Flakes and your Essentials glue. Right? And then I can finish matting it. And just make an absolutely lovely card. And Mega Flakes or Gilding Flakes have been around forever. They may be in your drawer right now going, take me out and play with me. Don't forget me, I'm still here. Now, who wouldn't like this card? And truly, if you just sat down to do it, this card would take, 15 minutes maybe? Because all you're doing is the flaking. 15 minutes maybe? So pretty and so easy. and so many options to work with. Even with the cute little glitter tape. If you're on a crafty budget, that glitter tape is your friend. Love what you do. And it just keeps it simple without it looking simple. The kits are wonderful. There's 9 double-sided pages in each kit. And the 2 kits that I loved the most were the ones that reminded me of my mom the most. That's why I showed you the pages first, because I knew I was going to cut into them. And that way, if there was something that you liked, you could go and get it at $7, and I want to say 35 cents. Oh, see, they're almost dry. At $7.35 a kit, being able to get even 20 cards is an amazing feat, or even 3 layouts. But you're going to get so much more than that. You truly are. You can't help but not. They give you so much to play with. All right, so we played with Ciao Bella today. Beautiful things from Ciao Bella. I'm going to show you the kits. I'm going to put these in there. I'm going to show you the kits. We do not have the same amount in all of them. The 2 we bought everything they had the last of are the 2 I used today. So the Sound of Spring, and I can't pronounce it, the pretty blue one. Oh, reminded me of my mom. This one for the coloring and this one for the flat. Just beautiful. Love, love, love. But then we also have a few more. We have, and they're all gorgeous. It's going to, in fact, I should go back a little bit further. It's all going to depend upon what it is you like. The combinations you like, the colors that they have. Look at that. Is that yummy? This is the one we did the make and take out of. I wish I could pronounce the names, but on a lot of them I can't. But you can't go wrong with any of them. And there is not an I want it all, because we have different quantities of each of them. Like I said, some of these we bought the last ones of. And definitely the 2 that I used in the make and take. Look at this one, Jazz Club. The colors are fabulous. You've got somebody in your family who's into music. What a great way to make them a mini album or some cards. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. So this is all from Ciao Bella. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 9 in total that we have for you. And when they're gone, they're gone. We cannot reorder. That's it, baby. Then we played with the Gilding Flakes from Creative Expressions. And we played with a bunch of the pretty, pretty, pretty glitter tapes from Best Creations. $1.99 for the glitter tapes. Amazing on the price. Truly amazing on the price. And the colors are just, they're just happy. They're just so pretty. Wahoo. I love the blue. Look at how pretty that is. And then you've got, I want to say, maybe 9 different packs of Gilding Flakes, and they're all different, and they have all different combinations of the gilding in there. So it's like leafing only easier because you're not using that single sheet trying to make it perfect every time. And the one that I used today, just so you know, is Summer Meadow, but I will tell you my favorite is Mulled Wine. Just because I love that burgundy, that deep burgundy in there. Oh, makes my heart happy. So that is what's on the YouTube Yummy. I'm gonna assume that most of you already have your glue. So we're not, and we've had it on a YouTube Yummy. Maybe it's still on there. And then also we're gonna put the Sizzix back on. And this time I'm gonna put the neutrals out. It is a beautiful pack of paper. It really is. It's a beautiful pack. It's 80 pound, textured on one side, smooth on the other. So you can sand or you can stamp on one side. It die cuts like a dream because it's from Sizzix. But when they told me the price the first time, I told them no. You need to go back and explain to me why 60 sheets is the same price as 80 sheets. And poof, lo and behold, turns out it wasn't. So good to know, right? I'm glad I waited, but now we have it available at the lower price, which is where it's supposed to be. All right, samples. Let's talk samples. Let me pull them on over. And we'll start. Get everything out of my, there we go. Now this was done using my must-haves. Cut the whole thing out and then cut it out again. It's the same piece, just die cut twice, and this one has the stitched edge and then popped up. I know, how beautiful is this, right? It just says, yay. And then, see, this is the one I was using. Oh, and they did a little glitter with the Essentials glue pad. Instead of using the Mega Flakes, they went in with a little bit of glitter. And the words come in the kit. So pretty. And then look at this one. How elegant is that? And again, the words were cut out from the kit. A little bit of, this is the Tonic Studios Craft Perfect foiled cardstock in the back. Well, there's my tag, only it's not on, it's not the one where I can't find it. I think that's the one I pulled or I cut out, or I cut one similar to that. How pretty is that? All done with the Ciao Bella. In from Italy. We import it directly. And that way we get product first and hopefully at the very best prices. Although I'll tell you, shipping paper is not an inexpensive thing to do. The pads are in A4 size, which means they're about 8.5 by 11. So you'll be able to make A2 cards without any problem. But you can also then take them up and do A6 and 5 by 7, all depending upon how you layer and how you mat. Look at how, and this is just a little piece of the cardstock, the blue cardstock offset, just to add that little shadow. Oops. All right, and our last one. But then, wait, I have not one, but 2 layouts for you. I meant it. They're perfect for layouts. Took the A4 paper and tore it And then back we had the red down, and then we used, this paper is from the kit. We put down a red piece and then tore this so that you got a little bit of that, and then pulled all of this from the kit. Right? So cute. But look at how beautiful this one is. Same thing, used the paper and tore the paper so that you have a full piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, but then you've accented it with the paper since the paper's not a full 12 by 12. And then you've got little pockets for journals. These all came in the kit. We didn't use anything that wasn't in the creative pad. All of it was there. And so much more. All right, I'm going to tilt up. And I'm going to say, go back just a little bit. Hello. All right, you guys. So that was my walk down memory lane with my mom. And I'm an emotional shopper. I'm an emotional eater. I'm just an emotional person. I cry at Folgers Crystals commercials. I can't watch Criminal Minds because it scares the bejeebies out of me, because I just don't even want to know that things like that could possibly happen. That's me. I want to watch happy things. Now, if there's something here that you love, I recommend that you get it on order from the Ciao Bella, because we don't have forever quantities of it, and I can't bring it back in. This was, the next time I see them, I'll be ordering new product, but we won't be able to reorder this, especially on the kits where we bought all they had. Now, I enjoy sharing a little bit about my mom with you. It brings back happy memories. I hope that 2020 finds happy memories for you that you're able to make with your family, and that you are able to, every now and then, smell the roses like my mom did. So it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. The Ciao Bella you may only be able to find here. I don't know that it's in a lot of places, but you can certainly find the glitter tape and the Essentials glue pad, and maybe even the Mega Flakes. If you have a local craft store, go support your independent local craft store. Shop online when you have to, but if you're one of the lucky ones that still has a neighborhood craft store, go say hello. I'm sure they would love to meet you. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple. I'll see you next week. Bye.